everybody, this is Stuart with Wine on the Dime. Today I'm at Sister Creek Vineyards, and I'm actually back here where they make the wine, and I'm reviewing 2 of their wines, so stay tuned. Hey everybody, so before I begin today's video, if you like the video, make sure you subscribe and click that notifications bell so you get notified when future videos are posted. But today I'm reviewing 2 wines from Sister Creek. I came up here to do some tastings while I was having a little getaway with the wife, and I really liked these 2 wines, and so I want to tell you about them. Before I talk about the wine, let me tell you about why I'm back here in essentially their winemaking area. It's because it's one of the few places in Texas where you can actually go to a winery and actually do a self-tour of their winemaking facilities. You can go and walk amongst the barrels in which they're aging stuff. You can kind of go by these stainless steel tanks for the fermentation. You get to walk around and you get to see some really cool stuff. There's some Navajo rugs on the walls, and I mean, it's a really cool place. So I encourage you, if you like kind of seeing the behind the scenes of some of these places, this is a real good place to go because they even give you an information sheet. You can walk around with it and just kind of take it on your own pace and walk around with a glass of wine. It's quite nice. But speaking of the wine, let's get into the wine. This is the Sister Creek Vineyards Reserve 4 blend. It's a 2016 13.8% alcohol by volume, and it's a blend of Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot, Syrah, and Petit Verdot. Many of those, as you know, grapes I love. So let's take a look at this wine. From a color standpoint, it is a dark ruby. Dark ruby wine, no artifacts, no cloudiness. From a nose, one of the things I like about this one is I'm actually up front getting a slight bit of salinity in it. I'm also getting a little bit of black cherry, raspberry, plum, a little bit of vanilla, a touch of cinnamon, black pepper, and a little bit of cedar. So things I really do enjoy in a red wine. So let's go to the taste. It's a full body wine, medium plus on the acid, medium on the tannins, medium plus on the tannins. I'm kind of getting, my mouth's like dry a little bit now. Really like that acid and the tannins playing together. It really brightens up all those dark fruit elements. Here's a really good punch of blackberry and plum in here, and I mean, overall, it's quite nice. Those secondary and tertiary elements are present, but they're not overpowering. They kind of blend in throughout. So like, I kind of got the cedar up front, I got the vanilla on the mid palate going into the finish, and I got a really nice peppery, earthy finish at the end. So overall, it's quite nice. All right, so for this wine, let's take a look at the characteristics. From balance, I think it's in balance. You get a check. Length, you have a medium to medium plus finish. I'll give you half a point. Intensity, same thing. I'll give you half a point on the intensity. The secondary and tertiary could be a little bit higher, but that's no fault of yours. It is a relatively young red wine. And from a complexity, I do have all 3 elements, so I am going to give you a check mark there. And that gives you a very good for the red wine. And I mentioned I'm trying 2 wines today, so let's go ahead and take a look at this second one. All right, so the next one I'm going to be reviewing is their 2017 Muscat Canelli. This one is also a very nice wine. It's off dry going into a medium dry, and I really enjoy this one a lot. So I decided to pick this one up, and it's $15, which is Wine on the Dime approved, and it's 9% ABV. So from a nose standpoint, I am getting that characteristic grapiness of the Muscat. I'm also getting an orange blossom, like a little bit of a lemon lime. This is a pale lemon wine in color, and there's also a slight green note through it. It's not quite like a freshly cut grass. I'm having a hard time describing it, but there is a green element. But let's do the taste. This is a sweeter wine than normal, but it's not overpoweringly sweet. My wife hates sweet wines, and she even said that she really liked this wine. It's quote-unquote a porch pounder, something you pound on the porch by yourself when you're just trying to relax at the end of a day. That orange is really nice. It really brightens things up. That lemon and lime hit up front and then show back up in the finish, and that grapiness carries all the way through. Really the biggest part of this though is that orange blossom. It really is the structure of the wine, and it is very nice. Low alcohol, has a nice amount of residual sugar, like I said, not too much. Overall, this is a very nice wine. So looking at it from a balance standpoint, I'm still gonna give a check mark on balance. I think everything is in balance. If you were much sweeter, I'd probably take you out of balance. If you weren't as sweet, I might actually take you out of balance then too, because then it wouldn't help kind of give a candiedness to some of these really bright fruit notes I'm getting. Length, medium finish, you get half a point. Intensity, medium finish, I'm going to give you half a point. This is a young wine. It is sweeter. It could deal with a tiny bit more acid to try to bring those fruit flavors out, but overall it's quite nice. From a complexity standpoint, I am going to give you half a point, and here's why. I wish I could get a little bit more fruit. I don't expect secondary or tertiary in this wine because you don't typically want to age these wines in oak too much or let them sit in the bottle for too long. They're meant to be drank young, but having more things like apricot, maybe a little bit of greenness coming through, green apple, things like that, all those things could help with this wine. But like I said, I'm not disappointed by it. I'm going to give you a good, and I'm probably going to go back to the little place that my wife and I are staying at for this getaway and enjoy the rest of you. Anyway, this has been Stuart with Wine on the Dime. If you like today's video, please like, subscribe, and comment. Have you gone to Sister Creek Vineyards and tried any of their wines? I'd be interested to know if you have. Leave a comment below, and I will see you all again soon with another episode from Wine on the Dime.